good enough. Okay. Hello. So I have no clue. Oh, it looks like someone's watching. Hello, human. Hopefully I sound okay. I put my headset on because I recorded a box opening earlier, and I have a fan in my room, and it was so loud. So now I have to go and see if I can like cancel the noise on that, because it's kind of a bummer. Because it was for this doll right here, who is my Doll Zone G0. She just got here and I love her so much. But that is not the point. But if this works and looks okay, I might stream again tomorrow, but instead of doing wigs, I'll do face-ups. We shall see. Anywho, I have 6 dolls in front of me, and all of them are wearing head caps that I prepared. So I realized I have a problem. I love mohair and alpaca fur. It's a growing addiction, and so what was happening is I was buying it and I was using a lot of it to make wigs for my dolls. But then I had a ton of leftovers, so I had just this bag of accumulating mohair and like alpaca, and you know, it was a lot of money, so I didn't want to just like throw it out. But you know, sometimes what I have left over isn't enough entirely to make a new wig, but I have all these adorable little emus who they wear, their heads are like exactly 4.5 centimeters in circumference. So I think it's roughly like 11.5 centimeters. And like my friend was telling me she's got some of the Dolce minis. They wear like 12 centimeter. So pretty much I think the MUs, or well, the girls do. The boys wear slightly bigger. So I'd need her boys in order to make a head cap for them. But here's my fur ball. You can see her. I was thinking I could use my MUs to make some wigs with the stuff that I don't have a lot of hair left over. And then I was going to do a few mix and matches too. So I figured I would start with my model Delph girl. I love her. And I love my puppy too. She's right here, like head on my thigh. So I thought I'd start with her. And I don't know if this is going to be enough brown. I think I think I'm going to need to pull from my other brown too, because I think I'm going to need more. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's enough hair, but we'll see. I have more hair over here. Because yeah, I just have way too much hair. But anyways, so the first one I was going to make, I made a wig for Rosalie using this. It's like rainbow mohair. And what I was thinking of doing is making like one of those the bottom is rainbow kind of scenarios. And then the top is just regular brown. So like the hidden rainbow. Because I don't have a lot of it. So really my options are like highlights or the hidden style. So I was going to do that and then do like brown on the top. But yeah. Oh, but I did. So I have all my hair placed into bags. Because I spent so much time like separating, and I've already like wefted everything just because wefting is such a pain in the butt. I spent 2 days getting all this ready. So I was making head caps for 2 days because those take the longest, honestly. And then I was wefting hair for, I think, another 1 to 2 days. So it took a while. Let's see. But anyways, I have more brown set aside. That's what I was attempting to state earlier. And hopefully my audio is okay. My puppy's crying now. I'm in a different area of my house because my family members are presently out of town. My dog is rubbing on me. You can see her right there. My family members are out of town having some quality vacation time because it's spring break for us where I live. Oops, this is my unopened one. Where's my open one? There it is. Oh, I keep hitting my 0. I'm going to move her back because that's making me nervous. She's so pretty. I'd pick her up, but she's kind of... she's a little redonkulous. But I have slightly better light. There's an overhead light that's still really bright, but it doesn't blow everything out as much as like my desk light does. So I was thinking I could take advantage of my family being out of town at the moment. And do some crafting in a public area. So, and there may be minutes where I am not chattering because I am fighting with doll hair. So, thank you for putting up with my concentration silence. Okay. this. I remember when I did these, the hair was like really stubborn even back then. So not much has changed since I made Rosalie's wig. It's still stubborn. There's just less of it. Okay. And what I'll probably do is get each of these wigs like most of the way made. And then leave them to sit and finish them later off camera. Come on. I need more. Yeah. This hair. This mohair is obnoxious. It like didn't want to stay, and it was, I remember it being hard to weft. This is like leftover hair that I have. I said that already, but you know, Sarah's focused. She's focused, bro. Okay. But so what I'll probably end up doing is get to a certain point on this wig, then set her aside to dry and work on another wig. So that's why I have like all 6 of my dolls here. So, and I don't know how long I'll be going tonight. Figured I'd give evening a try to see if more people or if any people join in. But obviously it's fine. But yeah, so probably once I get yeah, I'm gonna pull my ow. So I have more brown here. So I'm gonna pull some more out because I was gonna make possibly an SD wig with that, but I don't even know if it's gonna be enough for an SD wig. But I also have other colors that I can mix in as highlights. So I've planned, but I haven't planned too much. So in this wavy, that's natural wave. This is mohair, which comes from goats. I did pick one alpaca wig because I have a ton of alpaca, but like my mohair is so pretty. So most of what I picked to do on stream today, because I'm gonna also have to let these sit on their heads. So I may do another round of this, like on stream again, if people watch. but I'm going to have to let these sit and dry. And the reason why I'm going to get it like 90% done is because you have to let one half of the part dry before you can flip it over and style it and do the other half of the part. So yeah, I'm going to basically do the whole head, then do one half of the part, then set it aside to dry, and I'll finish the last bit of the part off camera. No! That's what I get for touching it. And I did a video on materials that I use. I just realized I was clapping next to the mic. I'm sorry. But the glue I use is the E6000 fabric glue. I've used other fabric glues that were waterproof, but upon getting wet were only slightly less tacky than, you know, your standard school glue. So I don't think they were really waterproof. And I think I'll make that a weft, or a part weft. Yeah, I don't know. How, maybe. But anyways, I got it wet and it kind of started feeling like it was going to fall apart. So I switched gears and you know, E6000 is like industrial strength glue. So I was like, if you can't use this, then there is truly nothing waterproof. And admittedly, I still don't know if I would do a lot of washing. With it. But I have actually shampooed some hair before that, you know, it's mohair. It came off of an animal. So I was putting the wig together and I noticed that there was like an oily spot just on like one little part of hair. So I shampooed it later and it did feel like, I don't want to say tacky. It felt like the glue got wet, but it didn't like feel like it was falling apart or like it was in danger of falling apart. So that's why I use this glue. I don't know why I thought this was enough to do the whole head. And I am trying to space the wefts out a bit more on this because I have a tendency, or at least when I was making my first wigs, I had a tendency to put the wefts too close to each other. And so then like I'd have a ton of hair down here, and I mean it was beautiful. It's mohair, and like more is more, but I would run out at the top, and so then she'd have like bald spots at the top, which isn't what you want. You want the bald spots in the middle because the top will cover all of that and it'll like build up beautifully. So now I kind of make more of a conscious effort to put distance in between each of my wefts. And that's more of an issue with mohair than alpaca. Mohair, I swear it's like a thinner, like alpaca hair is thinner as a fiber, like from one strand to the next, but it clumps together better. So it like, there is no such thing as bald spots with alpaca wigs. It's a lot easier to work with than mohair. And these are going to be obviously extra wigs. So, yeah. Gonna have to trim these because I didn't trim it as much. This one's better. Yeah, I'll start with these. I think I interrupted myself again. This is like the story of my life. Anyways, what I was going to say is I am making these with the intention of putting them on Etsy because all my dolls presently have wigs. Although this one is incredibly tempting, it's beautiful. But I have made or bought wigs for all my dolls, so this is all like my leftover fiber, and rather than just throw it out, might as well make something from it, right? So, if you happen to come across this video and happen to see something that you might like, and the size happens to fit your doll, I know that's a lot of happenings, but you know, if it works out, I don't know if I'll do it in this video. I might make another video about selling the wigs once they're ready to sell, because I had had enough fiber to make like 17 wigs, but 7 of them are for the tinies, so it's like I didn't have enough to make 17 SD wigs. But and with my wefts, I tend to cut them into smaller pieces just because their heads are round and it's a lot easier to put the wefts on in smaller chunks. This is going to look really pretty on her. Kind of reluctant to sell this one because it's going to look so pretty. I'm going to say that about like all of these. Like I said, I have a mohair problem. So the model Delph girls, I think I measured her head and she was 6.5 inches. So basically a 6'7" smack in the middle. And the head caps stretch a little bit, but I wouldn't push it too far. They are what you would consider hard caps in that I made them with glue and a fabric, but the fabric that I used was pantyhose. So they do have some stretch to them. For a lot of these, I don't know how I'm gonna, I mean, like with the mohair, I'm probably just gonna do simple long wigs like this because mohair has a consistency similar to like human hair in terms of how it like looks and lays on a doll and how it feels. It's just a lot thinner. But it's really obnoxious to style mohair. You can do a lot more, especially short styles with alpaca. Okay. So we're getting closer. And actually with the mohair wigs, I might not even put the part on because I was going to try a different method of styling with them. Let's see. Because I've seen some people will cut the wig cap and then fold the wefts underneath the wig cap. And then put a piece of fabric to cover the wefts. And I want to try that because I've realized in doing my wig, my mohair wigs, the part is really hard. Like I said, alpaca, even though it's a thinner fiber, it's more densely packed. So it's a lot easier to cover the wefts underneath with alpaca than it is mohair. So I wanted to try cutting and like layering up that way. To see if it makes it any easier than gluing it on and folding it, gluing it on top and folding it over. Because when you glue it on top and fold it over, you can almost always see the weft. Need more glue. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Oh! Oh my god, that weft does not want to stay. I have glued it on like 3 different times. There went Rosalie. Oh my goodness. She's like my tipsy SD girl. Okay. Holy moly. So, a lot more brown than anticipated, but there's the rainbow under there, and it's a floofy nightmare. So I'm gonna set her over there very carefully and not touch her. All right, one down. I'm gonna pause because I actually made myself a mug cake and I forgot about it. And now it's like getting dry, so I'm gonna take a bite. Okay. So, Now this next one, I'm making for a friend. It's gonna use this boy. But I'm wondering if this is gonna be enough, so I might actually throw this into it. Even though this is longer, I may have to just trim those pieces. I can do that. So this is gonna be like a mermaid hair sort of wig. And it's for a mini fee. Ooh, hair is frizzy. Okay. So that brown, not sure. I may have an extra SD wig cap that needs some making. All right. Now, this was going to be one of the tiny wigs, but I think I'm okay with it becoming part of this wig. I think it'll actually look really pretty and give it a little more variety than it's already going to have. All right. But as you can tell, I already cut these shorter so that they were all the same length. So this is a lot longer, but that's okay. I'll trim. I think I brought my, yeah, I brought my shears down. I just don't want, I just don't want, you know? I'm lazy. Now, I will say this wig has been probably the one I'm puzzling the most over. Mostly because I just didn't really have an idea of how I wanted to do it. Like I didn't know if I wanted to just like do a pattern or just kind of haphazardly put some of the hair on there. Let's see. And what I ended up doing, save that for part of the weft. Or I think what I'm going to end up doing, I should say, another piece just fell. It's just throwing hair on there as I feel and praying it looks good and not like a hot mess. Oh, and I just put all my hair on the top of my glue, which means I got glue on the hair. Woohoo! Come on. Okay. Also, sorry if I'm like really quiet. I'm concentrating. Yeah, so this one's going to look weird because one of the hair lengths is substantially longer than the rest, but I will trim that down when the glue has dried and it stays on the head. They'll be easy to find because they're longer than every other piece on this head. Let's see. Oh no. Ah, okay. Let's see. Oops. So I need one of these. Oh, oh my god, I just pulled 3 of them off. Okay. I think I mentioned this, but this is a wig intended for a friend. If they like it, if they don't, I'll sell it. But if it's decent, I'll sell it, I should say. This is my first time kind of thinking about selling wigs. Yeah, that works. And hopefully they're good enough quality. I wasn't thinking of like outrageous prices because I'm still learning. But, the fiber costs money. And also my glue costs money. So, it might be nice to make a little profit. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome! I've seen you commenting on my videos. Nice to see you, like, in person. I'm using mohair right now. So, it's a frizzy mess. Okay, I just used that one, so I want this one. How are you? It's good to have a fellow human. Did I use that? No, I didn't. Here it is. I made one earlier that was also mohair. Yeah. I am so incredibly lazy that I don't feel like doing the brushing process for yarn. I actually I brushed my arm on accident and completely I have a scar from brushing out yarn wefts. So I just can't be bothered. So I spend lots of money on natural fibers instead. Not much of a solution. But this one is for a friend, maybe. Oh, God, I can imagine. I have been flooring a dollhouse, too, so my fingers are just a mess right now. They are not happy campers. But this one is for a friend. But some of the wigs that I'm making, I was talking about selling because they're leftovers from wigs that I made for my dolls, and a lot of them are only enough to do the little teeny tinies here because I have my emus with me. But yeah, so I may try to be brave and put some of these up on my Etsy and see if they sell. So hey friend, tell me some more about yourself. If you want to, of course. You don't have to. But I'd love to hear more about your dolls, if you have any. Yeah, so I'll probably make another video. Speaking of videos, I'm frustrated. I have my headset in because I'm in a different room. My family's out of town, so I'm taking advantage of actually having a table versus my desk. But I recorded a box opening earlier in this room, only to find out that the fan was so stinking loud you can barely hear me, so I was going to try and see if I could do some noise cancellation. But the box opening... Oh, I've got glue fingers. I'm so sorry, baby. I shouldn't touch you. But the box opening was for her. I had ordered the G0 robot girl from Doll Zone, and she just came today, and I'm so excited. Ugh. So yeah, that also happened. But like I said, the stupid fan was so loud. So I hope I'm like clearer with my headset on. You may still get some noise because it's just a heckin' loud fan, honestly. But 'tis keeping the house warm during freakish sudden cold weather. Yeah, she's amazing. Actually, I don't know what you're up to tomorrow, but since she just came in and I had another doll, I was thinking of live streaming again tomorrow evening or afternoon. I mean, I'm on spring break, but I was trying the evening to see if it worked better for people's schedules. Um, maybe I could get a viewer. um, but yeah, I was thinking of doing a face up live stream tomorrow sometime on her and my little. Oh, good. I'm glad the sound is okay. Thank you for letting me know. Because, yeah, I had to record bad audio in order to figure out, oh no, I need a better microphone. um, but yeah, I'm on spring break until Monday. Oh, and then we go back to school in person, which is terrifying. We had been remote up until now, which thank God, but I don't know. I'm nervous, friend. I'm a preschool teacher, so I don't really like the idea of like 3 and 4-year-olds coming back to school, especially mine are children with special needs. So I don't even think they're going to wear masks. But it's like my job to make them wear masks. And I'm like, why? I don't want to. I think this will be pretty. I was saying that I kind of don't have a plan for how I was going to put this together. I'm kind of just doing random strands. Yeah. And like thankfully they finally started to get teachers vaccinated. So I mean, I'm vaccinated, but the kids aren't, and that's what worries me is bringing all the kids back unvaccinated. Cuz it's like, oh yeah, you're going to protect the teachers, which, would have appreciated a little more support than that, but yeah, my brother came over yesterday and he was like, this is the first time I've gotten out of the house in like a year. Poor thing. I was telling this story earlier, but I think I got distracted because I got excited. Story of my life. I was working on my dollhouse earlier because I have a dollhouse for my Pookies. But I've been flooring it and I should say putting flooring in. And let me tell you, it has destroyed my fingers, much like yarn wefts do. So do you have like an Instagram? Or, somewhere where you like post about your dolls? I have an Instagram. I don't use it that much, though. Let's see. Nice. I was just curious because you said you make yarn wigs and everything. So I was wondering if you had like pictures that you post. I'm terrible about posting pictures and videos. There. Sometimes these wefts don't want to stay down, yo. Mohair has a mind of its own. Why am I so addicted to it? That's awesome. Welcome to the hobby. I've been in it for like 10 years, but I got embarrassed and deleted all my stuff and only recently started doing videos again, so well, I'll have to go check out your Instagram. I've been trying to make mine like a work in progress sort of area. Because up until I became a teacher, I should say, I I made plushies and I sold plushies on my Etsy. Yeah. Yeah, silent doll stalker. I I learned something about myself this pandemic. I stress buy. So I stress bought like 8 dolls since the pandemic started, which is a very bad idea for my bank account, you know? I also discovered Soul Doll this year, or I should say last year. Well, okay, that's a lie. I knew about Soul Doll, and I'd even bought a Soul Doll that was one of my Grail dolls. But I discovered the rest of Soul Doll last year. And then suddenly I went from having 2 soul dolls to having 8 soul dolls and wanting more. Oops. What kind of dolls do you prefer? Like, um, MSDs, SDs, USDs, matures. I love my little MUs, these little guys. And they're actually a lot easier to clothe than I thought they would be. Oh, SD mature. Okay. Oh, I should show you. I made a wig from my little centaur giraffe, but I have a ton left over. Soom Zach. Soom is one that I have one Soom. I was like, my grail was to have one Soom. But look, I was going to make an SD wig out of this rainbow hair because I have a ton of it. I have one of the little Soom fairies, and I was like, okay, I have my Soom doll because they get so expensive, she says, pouring her money unabashedly into Lutz. Oh, man. I might have to start doing more pinks in between. I was thinking of doing like a Grail doll video, but I was holding off for my G0 because she was like the doll. Oh yeah, my friend got she's got two. She has Arcos, who I think she got new. And then she got Crom secondhand, and he was still crazy expensive secondhand, but you know, he's an older fellow, that one. So that might be why. Yeah, I got my centaur Let's baby secondhand, and I love him. And he was broken actually, so he was like a mad deal. And I fixed his wing, and now he kind of just stays up on my shelf because he's delicate. But the marketplace, man, it's like, it's dangerous to go to the marketplace because you never know what you're going to find. Case in point, like half the dolls on this table. Oh, well, I saw one floating around on Instagram. But yeah, Dream Valley does a lot of centaurs now. I know they were doing like the 50 centimeter boys, and they were like the giraffe centaurs. They do like the wacky, like fantasy dudes. But Lutz does centaurs from time to time, and I know you can find them secondhand without too much heartbreak. But yeah, my friend is a Sagittarius too. There's I like watching just regular like Monster High repaints and everything too. And there's one of my favorite customizers. She did a Zodiac series, and there's a Monster High centaur, and so she did that one for Sagittarius. It was really good. Her YouTube name is Papa Atelier. I don't know if you've heard of her before. But I highly recommend her. She's incredibly talented. I'm a Pisces, so you'd think I'd need a mermaid, but I actually don't have a mermaid. This wig actually might go to my friend's Fairyland seahorse mermaid. I don't know. She's in that state where she can't decide like what she wants for any of her dolls. And I'm in that state where I have like characters for my dolls and then I can't think of names. So like all my new dolls that I've gotten recently don't have names. Oh yeah, so you do know. Yay! More in common. Yeah, my faves are Poppin' and Delightful and I'm brain farting on her name. I know her name. It's Eliza. Moonlight Jewel. There we go. I'm going to pause really quick. I keep forgetting. Oh, God, it's like turning into rock. I'm going to like eat some more of my dried up mug cake. My hands are like covered in glue. Yeah, same. I'm so excited. Hexgen did a Popovi sister BJD. That was really good. I don't know if you follow Hexgen too, but I love seeing them like dip into it. And Delightful has an MU that she's had for like 3 years apparently, but hasn't customized. I'm sorry, I just kicked the camera. Yeah, I didn't have the money to drop on not Bean, the little cat that she's doing now, but her first one. I didn't have the money to like drop on it, so I didn't grab it, but same. It's so unique. I love it. Have you ever tried painting like a Monster High or a Barbie? I didn't try Monster High, but I tried Barbie, and it is not easy. Like, these people make it seem so simple, but it's not. I keep clapping my hands because, truthfully, they're really sticky and covered in glue. Yeah, like, for a while... So for a while, I was trying to repaint the BTS dolls. Not even as the BTS boys, but like I was trying to do the poppin thing and like take a similar looking face and make it look like another person. And I think I've only really succeeded once. But now like they just kind of take up space. So I'm like, I shouldn't have made them. Let's see. I'll do this one. But I'm definitely not good enough to sell those. I posted some on Instagram saying like, hey, anybody want these? But it doesn't help too that I like made obscure Asian celebrities that no one who isn't into Thai dramas would know. Which one did you buy? I'm curious. I have like hair with glue on it. Oh man, I just got glue on my shirt. This is going well. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to know them to buy the dolls. I was just curious because I wanted to like. They've got very unique looking models. The one in the green suit, black hair. Uh, that could either be J Hope or RM. Does he have a dimple? Dimple? If he has a dimple, then that's RM. You know, gonna expose myself here. I like K-pop, but BTS aren't my favorites. I just happen to know them. Oh, it's J Hope. He actually is my favorite. J Hope and Jimin are my two favorites from BTS. Me, I don't really like them. Me knows all the members and has favorites. I don't dislike them. They're just like not my favorite. I like V, but don't listen to them. Couldn't get into K-pop. Love J-rock though. Ooh, what J-rock do you listen to? I'm like, see, like I'm an old lady with like Japanese things because my favorite J-pop group is like 10 plus years old. And my favorite J-rock group is Larkin Seal. So again, I'm a little old lady when it comes to J anything. It is nice having the BTS dolls though, because like pretty boy sculpts that customizers can then do pretty things with. It's just, it feels like Lark and Seal have been around forever and they're all like in their 50s now. So it's like they're old. Does that make us old? They're oldies but goldies though, right? Love Lark and Seal. Actually, so fun fact, my 2D doll that I got recently, the Gazette. Yeah, see, I know the Gazette. The other two, I don't know though. So you are more well versed in this topic than I am. um, I know like Lark and Seal, Gat, or Got, I guess you should say. And then shoot, One OK Rock. They're a little more recent. I'm not super into them, but they have some jams that I'm like, yeah, I can't brain pronounce things. That guy. I say I can't pronounce things, but like I learned Japanese. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I knew him as a solo artist, so I didn't know his like group name. And Hyde is in like everything. What I was gonna say is my 2D Jambo. I named him Hide, slightly based off of the name Hideto, which is Hyde's name. So Hide is low key Hyde inspired, very low key. Yes, Hyde, that beautiful, wonderful man, never seems to age. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna need some trimming and some combing. I've already been going like an hour and a half, and I've only done like 2 wigs, and I haven't even done the SD wigs. Oh man. I was like, I'll get 6 wigs done on stream. I can do it. Thank you. Yeah, I was possibly a little overzealous here. That's okay. I'm also like running out of my blue hair. Got like one more. Let's see. Brr. Oh my god, I might need to wash my hands after this one. It's getting messy. Just a wee smidge. Yeah. Yeah, no, I spent 2 days making wefts and then 2 days making head caps because I made 16 and I was going to make another one to have 17, but then I ended up using that fur on this wig, so I'm glad I didn't waste my time making another head cap. Ugh. Oh, there's a drop of glue right there. Great. Just ran my hair through it. Not my hair, but good night. My parents are out of town, so I am watching my little bro. Bless his little socks. All right. Righto. one I forgot. I was about to say, uh-oh, but I have this piece. Yeah, I might take an intermission and wash my hands. Because this hair is a little messy. Just a tad. Look at, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. Look at all the hair that's stuck on my glue nozzle. All right. Now, the rest of this will be apart. All right. Just kidding. I'll pull that piece back off. Oh, yeah. Actually, my band is all here now. It's funny you mention instruments. Because I have bought two guitars, one of which I was planning to mod into a bass. And I bought a microphone for my little Hyunny because he's the singer. And I found an SD size drum set. But yo, it's $200. And I'm like that snot that's like, no, I don't want the little desk drums. I want a legit set, which is why it's $200. But yeah, so it's in the plans. However, the other problem I face is words. No space, TBH. So like even if I bought a drum set, I can't display it until I like move to a different house and have a bigger room and a better setup. So, I just got hair in my mouth. Drums is not high on the priority list, but I do want to buy them and just have them in the box so that I like have them before they get sold out. Ugh, struggle. You see the struggle. I have a trash pile right there. Okay, now hang on. I'm going to be right back because I need to wash my hands. Yeah, and I was in that stream too. I was one of the ones chattering away because that's what I do. I chatter. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I have the Dalmor red guitar, and I was going to mod that into a bass because it's actually bigger than the other guitar that I have. Okay, I will be right back. I still have glue on my hands, but I was like peeling layers of glue off. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's another one. So I saved some wefts and this mess here to be the part. So I'm going to set these off to the side too. Let's see. I just got an email from school because while I'm also teaching preschool, I'm going to college to learn to be a teacher. I'm basically like learning on the job. Yeah, this is going to be pretty. I hope she likes it. If she doesn't, I'm sure someone else will. Like I said, that one is intended for a friend. Oh, but where am I going to put him? I made it on one of my boy dolls, even though it's like a very pastel pinky wig. Oh my goodness. All right. The universe is fighting me. I love the feel, though. I mean, ignore the really long random bits. I'll trim those, but all right. Let's see. Let's do Iris next. And this. But yeah, I actually went and bought a ton of doll furniture on Etsy to like give my dolls room to sit. Because I bought so many that I don't have stands for all of them. Well, and the other issue was I was putting them on a top shelf where I could barely see them, which was very sad. Because I want to see my beautiful dolls. All right. So, to give you a preview, this I'm not going to sell. This, it's like maroon and then violet. And I was going to do another, my first wig that I did like the underside rainbow and then the rest brown. So it's like a hidden rainbow, and that one is a 6.5 circumference. So I could probably pull her back over. She's probably dried enough. I just dropped something. Yeah, so this is also mohair. So there's the rainbow underneath. So they can like pull it forward kind of like that and have the rainbow peeking through. I'm going to have to probably trim this a bit too, just because the hair is a bit frazzled. And I probably used too much brown now that I look at it, but whatever. So that was the first one that I made, and I was letting it sit to do the part. But yeah, the purple and red one, or the purple and burgundy, I guess you could say, I was going to keep for Rosalie, but there's another wig that I made Rosalie that I don't really like. I don't dislike the wig. It just, I don't like the color on her as much as I thought I would. So I was going to replace that one with the burgundy one. And so I might sell that one. And truthfully, I might sell that one for a little cheaper than I was intending, just because it's an older wig that I made when I wasn't as well versed in wig making. I think I'm going to pop open my new glue because this is getting to the bottom. Let's see. I have an X-Acto knife on this table somewhere. I have Baekhyun, one of my little MSD boys, modeling the pastel wig, and it just looks very silly on him because I wouldn't put him in those colors necessarily. Anyways, I am so distracted. Thank you for putting up with me changing topics every 3 seconds. Come on. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of one of the pink wigs, probably the lighter one, because I just don't like how it looks on Rosalie as much. And then I saved some black that I have left over, and I haven't fully finished wefting this. That's why there's still the long bit in there. To also possibly do like a short hairstyle for one of my friend's dolls, if she so chooses. And that's alpaca, the black. And then this is left over from a wig that I made Rosalie, and it's maroon and cream, like ombre mix. It's really pretty. So I was going to make another wig with that. And then I have, this is mohair, but it's like, it was really straight mohair, so I'll probably just straighten it the rest of the way. This is like a light turquoise. So I was going to make another one with that. And then I have some pink and some brown alpaca left over. So I was going to make like a shorter wig with those, because those are left over from my K-band boys. And then on the tinies, this is some left over from Leo's wig. So it's like a brown and gray mix. This is left over from Yutho's wig. He's my soul doll Liam. Actually, this is also left over. I made like 2, soon to be 3 wigs out of what I got from this. But it's like a brown and maroon mix. Then I have some silver left over from Luca's wig. He's my tan emu. He's upstairs. He's so kicky. I didn't want to work with him because he was just going to make me mad. This is also from Leo's wig, but there was like a lot of variety in like the browns and the grays. So that's like a lighter one. So I was going to keep the lighter pieces together. And then this is left over from, oh my God, Minjun's wig. Having to think of all the wigs I've made. And it's blonde, so I was also going to make another emu out of that. Like I said, I have the most for the tinies. And then this I used for Amari. So this probably is enough for an Esty wig easily. So I was going to work on that. And then this also might be for my friend if she likes it. I used this gold on Felix, and then I have some like lighter blonde in there too that I wefted. And I was going to do like the gold with the light blonde highlights throughout for one of her Dalshi dolls. I don't know if you've heard of the torture that is Dalshi, but they have just like the longest wait times. Oh my God, Lemon Moon, hello. I just realized there was a second person in the chat. I've just been chattering away. Hello. I hope you're still here. Hi. I'm not like getting any updates in chat, so I've been blabbering. Oh my god, I know. Bless her heart, she's like been on the luckier side where I think she waited like 8 months for her dolls. But she's been waiting for one for like 10 months now. And I know it is killing her. And I'm over here like, I waited, I don't know, like 6 or 7 months for a doll. And I'm like, I'm never waiting that long again. I'm just going to buy all my dolls secondhand. I know. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I respect the doll makers, but like, I feel like they need to work on their management a little more and like maybe not take as many orders at one time if they can't get them all out in a reasonable period of time. But what do I know, right? I just collect the dolls. But yeah, I'm glad that Dalshi is not to my like personal taste because I could never handle that much of a wait time. I am like so incredibly impatient unless I'm doing like crafts. Like this, I can happily just sit here for 3 hours and get covered in glue. But waiting for dolls, I need instant gratification. Okay. So the head cap on this one like is oddly small and I don't entirely know why. Yeah. And I've seen a lot secondhand. So I mean they do pop up secondhand. Oh, so much glue just came out. I didn't want that much glue. There. This hair is so pretty. I mean, obviously that's why I bought it, but like I feel like if I do this again in the future with the intention of selling things, it's just going to be because I impulsively bought way too much mohair and don't have enough space for it. This is a lot. Ah! This is so pretty! So I use this hair on my little Dream Valley giraffe centaur, who is freaking adorable. Oh, my puppy is squeaking. Oh, life is so hard when you're a little dog. This will be interesting because, one, I've never seen Iris, this doll, without bangs. And two, I've never really seen her with like super colorful hair, because her usual wig is brown with like pink highlights. So Rosalie gets to have some fun. And originally I bought this hair to make her a brown. I bought this with the brown hair to make her a brown wig with like rainbow highlights. But then clearly I never got to it. So then I decided to use it for Kira. And I ended up purchasing some more. Just cause. And I have like a lot of it. And I think this is one that I'm going to have to like give the wig a bath. Because some of it is a little oily. Because, you know, these were animals. Yeah, that's what I find too. It's like I have disposable gloves that I can put on, but the problem is it just gets stuck to the gloves and I'm not as nimble wearing gloves, you know? So I just gave up. At least you can wash your hands every now and then if you need to. So I buy a lot of mine on Etsy. Actually, I pretty much buy all of mine on Etsy. And it depends. If you're located in the US, there are three shops that I really like. One is Shangri-La Ranch. They don't have any fibers posted at the minute. They've like put their shop on the break setting, but they've said that they're like sorting fibers. So I have a feeling they just got like a new shipment of fibers that they're going through. Another one is Stella's Fiber Farm. And these are US based, the ones I'm talking about now. I'll get to the other ones in a second. So yeah, there's Stella's Fiber Farm, or like Stella's Farm. It's something like that. And that's where I got that black and maroon mix I was talking about. And then the third one is called Hobnob Studio. So those you have to do a little more work because she washes them like a fairly thorough wash, and then she dyes them. And then she sells them, but like, you know, you have to kind of comb them out again and you know, do a little more maintenance on those. To get them ready to weft. But she sells an ounce for like $16, whereas like the other two stores I mentioned, like an ounce is like $40. So Hobnob is a really great place to like look if you're looking for like bulk. And you need about 30 grams or like 1 ounce, I think is how it translates math wise, to do an SD wig. And you need less if you're using alpaca because alpaca is denser, so it takes less to fill up a wig cap. And places outside the US that I have ordered from before, there's a store, she hasn't had any hair for a while, but Pink Panther is where I got my first rainbow hair. This rainbow hair came from, I think it's called Karma BJD. I swear they've changed their name a lot on Etsy, so I can like fact check that for you. They're a Russian place though. So is Pink Panther. They're located in Russia, and everything is taking a million years to come from Russia right now. So that's why I started buying more locally. But all these like pretty rainbow colors did come from other people. And then of course you could also buy just plain fibers and dye them yourself, but that's a lot of mess and I just don't have time in my life right now to commit to that level. I've done it before, but it's easier for me to just buy and go. Yeah, so the burgundy came from Stella's actually. The burgundy black and that burgundy that I showed earlier, both of those came from Stella's. Or no, maybe that one came from Premium. There's another one that's in the US, I think that's like Premium Fiber something. I think that one came from that. But the black and maroon came from Stella's. And then there's one in Poland that's like Zerga Studios. I have bought from them before. And it's beautiful. I bought dye, but yeah, it's just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, so like that silver that I showed earlier, I dyed that myself. And the very first wig that I made for Rosalie, I dyed myself and kind of did a horrible job, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I bought from Zerga Studio before, and their fiber is really nice. But with the long wigs like this, I prefer mohair to alpaca because alpaca just, once I start working with it, you will see. If you thought there was hair everywhere with mohair, you ain't seen nothing till alpaca, my friend. Alpaca is frizz central. I can't stand it. But it makes really good short wigs. So that's what I used on all my like K-band boys, except Junjay's was made out of mohair because I had it laying around and it was the right color. But yeah, my other boys, they all got alpaca wigs. The nice thing about alpaca is even though it's frizzy, all you need to do is like get your finger a little wet and like brush through it and it'll calm right back down. So it's not the end of the world. It's just a little high maintenance. Oh, and then the one where I got the cream and maroon ombre. Let me pull it up. This one, that came from, I believe it's called La Fiaba Rosa. It's an Italian Etsy shop. And so again, takes a little while. I actually just bought some for my new guy to be girl. But yeah, it's really nice quality. So those are like my usual go-tos. As you can tell, I don't have a problem. I didn't just list off like 10 stores. So if I were to stream again tomorrow, does later in the evening work better for you, or does like earlier in the day work better for you? Since I have a crowd, I figure I might as well ask, right? So I can kind of get a feel for this. Because I can't stream all the time, but it's fun, especially when people come and chat with me. I love it. And I've been meaning, I had footage even of like a wig making video, but it wasn't that good. The lighting was terrible. So I was like, I probably won't even post that. So live streaming also like gives me kind of an opportunity to do that. And I can really only do this week during like the weekdays. Otherwise, I'm going to be streaming on the weekends. I don't want to go back to work, yo. I think it's very silly too in our particular state. They're having us go back a month before the end of the school year. So like I understand some of the whys. I just think it's not worth the amount of hassle they're putting us through. Because they did one of those cute things where they're like, hey, so we're just going to stay online for the rest of the semester. And then like literally a week and a half later, actually, you know what? You got to come back, period, the end, or lose your job. So, yeah. really hard to plan when they can't make up their mind. Evenings, typically for me, it's like 11 here now. 8 to 11 is usually when I'm on. Okay, so you're... Okay, because it's 9 for me right now. So, okay, yeah, maybe I'll start around 6 my time tomorrow, or shortly after, because I have to feed the children, if you will. I have to feed my dog and feed my little brother, so I'll probably start 6:30ish my time, so that'd be like 8:30 your time. And I'll make another announcement in the off chance other people might want to come. But I figure we can do some face ups tomorrow. And by we, I mean I. Although it will be dark outside where I spray. But that's okay. Man, SD heads are big. Yeah. Yeah. Part of why it's happening is because there's a lot of parents who are frustrated that they've actually had to like take care of their children. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You know, because parents work, and I get it, but I don't know. A lot of it is very political. I don't know either. Like, it's going to be one thing to keep a mask on, like, a neurotypically developing 3-year-old. And, like, some of my babies have autism, which means they have a lot of, like, sensory sensitivity. So, keeping a cloth over their face the whole day is just going to, like, irritate the heck out of them. And they're 3 to boot, so it's like they don't even understand why, really. And you can give them the germ talk all you want, but they're not going to be happy. And some of them may not be compliant ever, it's just... And the other frustrating thing with that whole situation is, like, they haven't told me what to do when my kids inevitably don't keep their masks on. Because there's no way those kids are going to keep them on for 3 hours. My kids are only there half day. But that's still 3 hours with a mask on for a 3-year-old with autism. So there's a lot that was not thought out. Which is frustrating. But it is what it is. And then on top of that, some parents have still opted to keep their kids home. But what that means is I'm teaching my kids in my classroom and then also teaching kids online. So So I've been teaching preschool online all semester, which in and of itself is not easy. But, the kids that have been coming, yeah. And like my little brother has autism, and he is old enough now to be able to keep a mask on, but if he were little still, there's no way. Like he's reached that level of functionality and maturity that he understands what a mask is, why he needs to wear it, and, to comply with the rules. But my little 3 and 4-year-olds, I'm not holding my breath. And then on top of that, there are nonverbal kiddos. I know. Oh my goodness. I've been using some like online games, but it's a lot of like printing out materials and doing like matching games with them, or online libraries for story time. And I don't know how I'm gonna like do story time in my classroom, because I'm gonna have half my kids there in person and half of them online. So if I do it online, I may still end up doing it online and just having my kids sit around the computer and read it from the computer, because if I read it in person, then my online kids aren't going to see it as well. It's like, this is what I'm thinking of right now in my brain. Is how to accomplish both online learning and in-person learning at the same time. And the other thing that I can't believe is like an actual rule that we received. No singing indoors, even with masks on. So I'm not allowed to sing songs with my 3 and 4-year-olds. Like, what's the point of preschool? Like, some of my kids, that's the only way that things enter their brain is through song. So, yeah, probably not this week because it's spring break, but in the future streams, I may have some interesting updates about how it is like to teach essentially online and in person at the same time, while trying desperately to keep masks on little 3-year-olds. And I mean, I know Asemba teaches preschool too, but I think she teaches just like gen ed pre-K. I don't think she has little special needs ones. Which, I mean, all preschoolers are adorable, period, the end. I love preschool. I love my babies. Which, they're my babies. Yeah, right. And that's the other reason why, like, we're getting forced back so suddenly, is because, you know, a lot of parents have had to step up and basically be our arms, is the way I describe it, because I can't reach through the screen and take care of these kids or make sure they have the right grip on their pencils, when they're with their therapists. So, um, okay. These are my part wefts, although I might cut some out of there. But yeah, that's part of why parents are getting like just so frustrated with the situation, is because they're having to do what we would normally do in person. But I still don't think that it's worth suddenly changing all of this at the very end of the year, right? I don't know how your little one does, but mine doesn't adjust to change all that well. So it's a whole lot of sudden change for children with autism or other, special needs. And I can't say I approve. Yeah, like, you can learn a lot. I've learned a lot through my service providers too. Like, I adore my team. But yeah, it's a lot to throw on us at the very last minute and also at the very end of the year. Yeah. And I think the thing that frustrates me the most is that they did all this without giving us teachers like solid planning. So, I was told I'm not allowed to sing, but I don't know what the protocol is if a child won't keep their mask on. Because whenever I ask, all I get is, oh, there's no way. And I'm like, yes, I know that. So what do I do? Oh, I don't know where my dog is, but she's crying. What is up, doggy? Huh? Am I not paying attention to you? Life is so hard when you're a little dog. Just ask Bailey. Right. My dog really doesn't like it when the family like leaves on trips and goes on vacations. They have a lot of nerve leaving the puppy all by her little lonesome. Even though I'm here, I'm chopped liver. Oh, I have another one. I forgot about that. I was about to be like, oh my god, why am I running out of hair so fast? The answer is I'm not. Squeak! Okay, there's that one done. Oh, I've been going for about 2.5 hours. I still have 3 more dolls, but real talk, I might call it. Because I'm tired. My baby's crying, which means she wants things. So it's about time for her night-night treats and her night-night pee. So this was super fun. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy. I'm kind of, I was talking to Asema about wanting to stream more, and she was just like, you just got to do it, and even if there's no one there. And I'm like, but it's so lonely. So I'm so grateful you stopped by, and yeah, I'm going to keep doing things with my dolls. Eventually, once I finish all my crazy box openings, I want to start doing like story videos and things like that. So I'll probably keep doing that. I bet you I'll have another wig making stream to do, because I made 3 out of 16 wigs. So yeah. There will probably be some more wig making streams. Probably on like weekends. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be in this setup. I'll have to be back up at my desk with my crappy lighting. Yes, have a good night. Yeah. I will do story videos eventually because I have so many stories for my dolls. But for now, I'll go ahead and I'll say bye. I'll have my box opening up for my girl as soon as possible. But like I said, I'm going to want to try and do some noise cancellation on it. But yeah, more to come. Probably some more streams. Maybe this will be a weekend thing for shorter periods of time till I'm done with school. But for now, good night. Thank you again so much for coming.